So I just want to walk through a few lines of filling out a description sheet. I've got my binder in front of me, flipped open to this cheat sheet page. You may also want to pull up the field book for describing and sampling soils on your computer if that's where you are. So I've got the Larum series, and the first thing that I do is read through it. So the Larum series consists of deep, well-drained soils that formed in mixed alluvium. I'm going to circle that because it formed in mixed alluvium generated during the late Pleistocene. They are on relic terraces, escarpment caps, and remnant pediment toe slopes. Slopes are typically 2 to 15%, but range from 0 to 35. Mean annual precip, 12 inches, and the mean annual temperature is 45 degrees. So what we're trying to do here is get you to fill out this chart area, but so that we can get to know these soils, it's also important to fill out the climate, organisms, relief, parent material, and time. And we just got a bunch of that information. So parent material is going to be mixed alluvium. Relief that's where you're going to write relic terraces, escarpment caps, remnant pediment toe slopes, and slopes between 2 to 15%. I'm just going to write relic toe slopes to save some time here, but I would put all of those items in there. Precip. So we have soil moisture regime and soil temperature regime. You haven't learned what that means, so I would just write 12 inches for soil moisture regime and then 45 degrees Fahrenheit, just to put that in there till we start figuring it out. So this is a loamy skeletal, mixed, superactive, mesic, oostic calciargids. And you're like, oh my goodness, I don't know what that means. Or maybe I know pieces of it, or I've heard little bits of that. You're going to be able to explain that by the end of this class. It's not as complicated as it looks, and we're going to break it down, but not today. All right, Larum, very gravelly, sandy loam, rangeland. So for organisms, I'm going to put rangeland. I'm going to assume it's some sort of rangeland vegetation. Southwest facing terrace, that goes into relief. Slope is actually 3%. I put the range, but if we know the actual percent, we'll write that in there. All right, so I also like to count the number of horizons. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And on our sheet, we have a total of 6 rows. I cross off the bottom row, or the rows we're not using, so that I know that I'm keeping track of where I am on my sheet. So first one, the horizon letter is A. The depth that you want to write on here is the lower boundary, and we're going to keep it in metric units. So it'll be 8 centimeters. Brown, very gravelly, sandy loam. Colors are for dry unless otherwise noted. So we like to record the moist soil color. Thankfully, the next color they give us is dark brown, 10YR43 moist. So for color, we're going to write in 10YR43. Very gravelly, sandy loam. So we don't know the percent necessarily. So VGR, what did I say? Sandy loam. Sandy loam. We also don't know the clay percent yet. Weak, fine granular structure. We're just going to note the grade. Weak is 0. Type is granular, G little r. I know this because I use it a lot, but you can take a peek at your cheat sheet there to get those abbreviations. Soft, very friable, non-sticky, non-plastic, many very fine, and medium roots, 35% rounded pebbles. So rock fragments is going to be 35. Slightly effervescent. I always mix up these little letters, so I'm going to check. Slightly effervescent is SL. %, lime disseminated. That is calcium carbonate. So 5 in quantity. Mildly alkaline, pH 7.6, abrupt smooth boundary. So that abrupt smooth boundary is the boundary between the A and the BT. So we write that right here, abrupt smooth. So AS. We did not get any information about redoxymorphic features. If it didn't say that there are concentrations or models or depletions, those are both no. We'd really only expect those in wetter climates. We also didn't read anything about clay films, so that's a no. I'm going to put my name on here. I'm going to say site name is Laram. Okay. So the boxes that are left open are the prefix, clay percent. And if you look down here at the bottom, the A horizon talks about range and colors, organic carbon, gravelly sandy loam. We really didn't receive any information that I can see right off the top about clay percentage, so just leave that blank for now. Prefix is a dash. Prefix comes in when there's a lithologic discontinuity. We'll see that come in down here on this 2BK. All right, I'm going to do the next horizon with you. All right, so next horizon, don't mind my eraser. I think it's a rabbit. I took it off my daughter's desk. It is a BT, and that fits all in that LTR or letter place. The bottom depth is 20. And we have a very gravelly sandy clay loam, 10YR43 moist. So 10YR43, it just said very gravelly sandy clay loam, so SCL. Those abbreviations are in here as well. Weak, coarse, prismatic. So weak is 0. Coarse is the size, we're not going to note that, but prismatic is PR. Parting 2, moderate, medium, subangular blocky. So the way that we write that is, I should have thought of this before I wrote it. Hopefully you used a pencil too. Erase, pencil, it's a good idea. So we have weak, prismatic, then put an arrow parting 2, moderate, subangular blocky. So moderate is 2, subangular blocky is SBK. Slightly hard, friable, sticky, plastic. That's all that consistence that if you have already watched that video, you'll see that we're not going to note it. Thin, continuous clay films on all faces of PEDs. So yes to clay films. Common, fine, very fine, and medium roots. 50% rounded pebbles, so rock fragments is 50. Strongly effervescent. I like to check this one up, ST. Strongly effervescent. Neutral, clear, wavy boundary. Neutral is pH. Where am I? Oh, I totally jumped. I was reading this one for effervescence. Haha, you probably caught me and were like, where did she go wrong? So, non-effervescent. That is NE. That means that there is no carbonates, or no carbonates. I'll put a dash in there. No mention of redox features. We don't have clay, so we're just going to leave that one blank. I did say BT clear wavy. So CW, prefix gets dashed. There we go. All right. I'm going to let you finish this off on your own. Try to stay on the right horizon. This number here, this indicates a lithologic discontinuity, so a significant change in particle size, enough to denote a different event or particle size of that material. So this is horizon 4. So for horizon 4, you're going to write that 2 in the prefix and do BK. let's see if there's anything on the back that you guys can do. So we haven't learned this yet. We haven't learned this yet. Haven't learned any, I don't know why I'm crossing them out. We do know that we're on a stream terrace because it mentions it. So you can check terrace. I read something about terrace, escarpment, pediment, toe slopes. So toe slope or none, sometimes terrace goes along with none. It is mixed alluvium. Slope is less than, wait, it was 3. Slope is 3, so it's 3 to 7 technically. And then you haven't gone through all that yet. So what I want you to do to complete this is just fill out horizons 3, 4, and 5, and give it a try on your own.